Hello, and welcome back to the reading vlog. It has been a hot minute since I filmed. We had stuff going on. We had some people working on the house. Then we went out of town. We just got back. I just got back from a trip to Ireland. So it's been busy. And while I have been reading, I haven't had time to film and edit. So that's where I've been. And today is Thursday morning. It's time for a reading vlog. So let's chat about what I'm reading really quick. Currently, I am reading The Traitor Queen by Danielle Jensen. On the plane to and from Ireland, I managed to read several books. So on the way there, I was able to read the entirety of The Sword of Kaigan. It was really good. It wasn't what I was expecting, but it was very good. And on the way back, I was able to read 4 books. 3 of them are pretty short, and one of them I had about halfway done before I finished it. So I was able to read Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata, I think is how you say their name. They're Japanese. I was able to read the entire The Bridge Kingdom on the big flight. And then I was able to read Foster by Claire Keegan and An Elderly Lady is Up to No Good by Helene Thurston. It was a lot. We had some layovers. I was able to listen and read at the same time, so I was able to listen faster and read faster. Anyway, so I read The Bridge Kingdom on the plane from the United States to London, and I loved it. Like, honestly, it's not well written. It's not it's not an inventive story. It's not a new story. I really enjoyed it. The characters were good. The character development itself was just okay, but there was just something about it that I just really love a trashy fantasy romance, and that's exactly what this is. And I'm reading the second book, and the second book is kind of just as good. It kind of follows the same formula, which with fantasy romance doesn't always happen, a la Iron Flame, where it's kind of like, whoa, there's so much happening. But this one is sort of following the same formula, and I'm enjoying it. So I'm currently working on The Traitor Queen, which is the second book in this series, and I am loving it. Yeah, I'm about 60 to 70% of the way through with this. I fully anticipate finishing this today, and then I am probably going to start the next one. They're only available on Audible, but they're free Audible originals. And it's a 4-book series, and they're all out. So I think that might be the only thing that I'm going to be reading this weekend, because I need to know. And since this one is kind of just as good, it's keeping my attention. So I'm working on the Bridge Kingdom series. As far as ebooks go, I'm still working on some arcs, as always, and I've gotten a couple more. I've gotten approved for a couple more. The arcs that I'm working on, the main one that I would like to finish is called Unbound by Christy Healy, and I am enjoying it. It's a little bit, I am enjoying it, but it's a little bit more traditional fantasy, whereas I'm really into just reading trashy fantasy right now. So anyways, that's what I'm working on. It's 4 books, because I'm almost done with this one. It's 3 books. So I'll finish this one, and then I want to keep reading Bridge Kingdom series, and I want to try to finish the arc. Okay, so since I have been gone for a while, I have some books to share, and I got a couple of books while I was in the UK. I have a little tiny book haul for you. I was able to sell some books on Pango, and I used that money to buy more books. And so these are all books. The ones that I got from Pango, plus I got one from Barnes & Noble when I was on a trip with some friends. They're all ones that I have read already. So I got a copy of When Ghosts Call Us Home. I really like this cover. I really liked this book. It was kind of wild, and I am really excited to have a copy of this. So, and I think I got this for $10 or $11 on Pango. I finally got a copy of Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. This is phenomenal. This is such a good book. It's such a good duology. And I think I got this for, I want to say $10 or $11 as well. I got a copy of The Return by Rachel Harrison. I think I paid like $5 for this. And this is a hardback too. So, and I, you know, just adding to my Rachel Harrison collection, I really enjoyed this. It's a little bit different for Rachel Harrison. It's a little bit darker, but this was really great. And I read this on a reading blog. I got a copy of the Jessod Heir, which I read an arc of over the summer. I think I paid like $5 to $7 for this as well. This was good. I enjoyed it while I was reading it. There were some problems with this, but I am excited to see where the next book goes. So enjoyed this. But it's a Middle Eastern inspired fantasy, which is kind of one of my favorite things. I finally got a copy of The Empire of Sand by Tasha Suri. This was the first book that I read this year, and I loved this. I loved this. It's an arranged marriage where the couple, it's from the woman's point of view, and so she finds, you know, she's arranged marriage to this man, and she's like, I don't really know how he's gonna be. Turns out he's wonderful and is very sweet, and then it's like arranged marriage, unlikely allies to lovers, like, this is great. And also pretty cool magic system based around dance, which I think is cool. Also paid about $5-ish for this. I couldn't help it. I love this so much. This book was so silly. Like, you're not reading this for the fantasy plot, but it had more of a fantasy plot. It connected in with the Dragon's Bride series just a little bit, which I really enjoyed. I really liked this. And I just really like Katie Robert in general. I think she's like one of my new favorite authors. I want to read more of her books. I'm even like wanting to read the Hades and Persephone stuff, and I'm not really into Greek retelling stuff, so I had to. Okay, so those are all the books that I've already read. Every time we go on a big trip, and I just instituted this last year, I decided that I want to get a book that I love that's from that area. And so the last time we went, I got a copy of Pride and Prejudice. And so this time when we went, I got another copy of Pride and Prejudice. It's just a different cover. And this, it like has a really good flap. It's a classic book. I love Pride and Prejudice. I love the movie. And so this is my Irish Pride and Prejudice for our trip to Ireland this year. Then I've got two kind of cool ones. We were in Northern Ireland, which is part of the UK. I'm not 100% sure if Southern Ireland is also part of the UK, but I know that Northern Ireland, like, they use pounds. They're like under the rule of the king and the English Parliament and all of that stuff. But the southern part of Ireland uses euros. So I'm not really sure, but we were in Belfast, and they had a Waterstones. So we went into Waterstones. We just went in to look around, and I found a UK copy of the Fragile Threads of Power. And this is the Waterstones special edition with the like Streets of London sprayed edges, and it's signed. And while I've only read A Darker Shade of Magic, I haven't read the rest of the series. I was like, I have to have this. Like, I had to pick it up. So I got this, and I was very excited to not have to pay shipping. Because if you've ordered anything from Waterstones from the US, you know that shipping is outrageous. And then finally, the last book that I got, and this is my Illumicrate edition of Starling House. This was here when we got home, and I think this is so cool. So the dust jacket is plastic, and it's cool because it's clear plastic. Okay, and so then the naked hardcover has the house, and the sprayed edges on this one look really nice. The After the Woods, which was my first Illumicrate book that I got, did not look nearly this nice. So I'm thinking that these are like digitally printed sprayed edges. It also has really nice end pages. This is beautiful, and I am very excited to read this book. I am disappointed that it's not signed. I thought Illumicrate did signed editions of stuff. I mean, even if it was digitally signed, that wouldn't matter to me. But all in all, this is a beautiful book, which I'm very excited to have a copy of, and I just hope that I like it. And I do have the regular US edition, and it is signed. And I was thinking that I would sell one. If I didn't like this, I'd probably sell this one, and if I did like this, then I'd probably sell the other one, but I don't know. I guess it just depends on when I actually get around to reading this, if I like it. But this, I think, is gorgeous. The sprayed edges are beautiful. So, anywho, that's what I'm reading. That's my book haul. This is like a month of book collecting that I've done. Let me know if you want me to do an updated signed book collection, because I think I missed some when I did my first video, and I have collected a lot more of signed books. I have a ton. I have an outrageous amount. So let me know if that's something that you're interested in seeing. Anywho, I have some errands that I have to run today. I'm mostly just kind of working around the house. I've got a lot of laundry that I need to do because you know how it is. After you get back from a trip, there's just laundry everywhere. So anyways, I have lots of time to listen to an audiobook, and oh, I can't wait to finish The Bridge Kingdom. The Bridge Kingdom is good because like it's enemies to lovers, and it's like real enemies to lovers. It's not like academic rivals. It's not like rivals to lovers. It feels like enemies because essentially the main character has been brainwashed to think that this man is her enemy. So maybe it's not really enemies, but she's been brainwashed. She hates him. She's sent to his kingdom to spy. They fall in love, and she realizes that she's been lied to. And then, you know, like they get together at the very end of the first book, and then stuff happens, and then they're not together anymore. And I'm not sure if they're gonna get back together, and oh my god, I am eating it up. I'm eating it up. I love a trashy fantasy romance. It's my favorite thing. So I'll be back when there's more to update you on. It is still Thursday. I'm on a roll. I managed to finish The Traitor Queen. Okay. This was so good. I feel like it was better than the first one. It was like just slightly better in that there was a little bit more character development. Banks. Oh my god, the cat's over there knocking stuff off. There was some more character development. We got some more characters. It was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. If you like... The cat is over there laying on all of my Christmas present wrapping supplies. He's taking a nap on the tissue paper. Anyways, if you like a really good trashy fantasy romance, this is a great one. And I found out, because I finished the second book, immediately started the third book. The third and fourth books are about different characters. So it's sort of like two duologies put together, and I don't know if we'll get to see Lara and Aren again, and that makes me less inclined to read them. So I don't know. I might not read that just yet. I might do something different. I have some books from the library that I would really like to finish, and I just got on what used to be Scribd and is now Everand to look to see what I had saved on here. And the first one that popped up is Mistletoe, a Mead Realm Tale. And I just remember I got an arc of That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Human by Kimberly Lemming. I might read that because love those. Also, I saved some really, really trashy looking shifting romances on here that I really want to read. One is about a hedgehog. It's like a man who can shift into a hedgehog. And my friends and I were looking at these, and I was like, I have to know, so I saved it. I forgot that I have saved all this. Also, I saved A Merry Little Meet Cute by Julia Murphy and Sierra Simone, because I was thinking that I wanted to read some holiday romances. So I have a lot of options. I feel like I've been reading so much trashy stuff that I need to either read something a little bit more serious. I have the audiobook for The Will of the Many by James Islington, which is one that people are loving. But also, like, part of me is like, let's read another Katie Robert book. So who knows? Who knows what I'll read? I sure don't. But yeah, I'm getting ready to do some filming. I'm gonna make 2 soups. I'm gonna make egg drop soup, and then I'm gonna make a Greek soup, which is a lemon... It's sort of like a lemon egg drop soup, kind of, but it's not an egg drop soup. It does have egg in it, but it's tempered, so it's not a scrambled egg. And then it has chicken in it. It has a name. I can't remember what it's called. So I'm getting ready to make that. You know, so like not much is happening around here. I'm getting ready to make myself some coffee and do some filming. Probably won't start another book for a couple of hours. And if I do read this evening, actually, Richie and I have stuff to do this afternoon, so I don't know that I'll get much reading done this evening. So I may start a new arc. I don't know. I have to look at my list of arcs and see what's coming up. I think I've read enough of Unbound that I can go ahead and leave a review on it. It is very interesting. It's more fantasy and not quite as trashy, which is probably good for my brain to read something that's not trashy. I don't mean trashy in a bad way. I mean trashy as in like trashy reality TV. Like you love it and it's great, but it's trashy. You know what I mean? I don't know. But like Fourth Wing is kind of trashy, but I love it. Anyways, that's what I'm doing for the rest of the afternoon. I was able to finish the book when I was out running some errands today. So who knows? I'm looking at my physical TBR and it is staggering. And I have a whole bunch of books and stuff that I need to put away. Like I have a whole stack, but I'm out of space on my shelves upstairs. It's a mess. I really need to quit buying books, but I also want to go to McKay's because we haven't been in like a month. I should do a book unhaul because I have a stack of books that I'm going to get rid of. Anyways, I'll be back when there's more to update. So I got my Illumicrate box for December. This came early. I just got the notification that it had shipped last night. And then it has arrived this morning. My November box didn't arrive until December. The second week of December when we were out of town. So if you were thinking about getting Illumicrate, the shipping is hit or miss. But I also didn't look to see any spoilers for this month, so I don't know anything about this book. But it is beautiful. It's called The Principle of Moments. I'm going to take this cellophane off because this is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know anything about this except for that it looks like it... What I saw online a couple months ago, I was more curious about the November box, Starling House. And so I glanced at this one, but I don't know anything about it. But this is a beautiful edition. And it's signed, and it has gorgeous end papers. Finally, look at that. It's signed, and I'm pretty sure that's actually a signature and not a digital signature. It has beautiful sprayed edges. I feel like the dust jacket is reversible. It is not, but it does have some stuff on the naked hardcover. So it has this on the naked hardcover. Courage is the only thing stronger than fear, and love is the thread that holds the atoms of the universe together. How beautiful. It has beautiful end papers. That's the front. And this is the back. This is lovely. I did cancel my Illumicrate subscription. I've had it for 3 months. I back several years ago, I would do subscription stuff, and I just am never like super impressed. This is beautiful. So I decided to cancel it. I'm also trying to save money, and I really enjoy getting my books secondhand, but I am really glad that I got this. This is gorgeous. I am pleasantly surprised. It says that this is a love letter to Black readers of science fantasy. The Principle of Moments is a symphonic, century-spanning adventure unmissable for fans of the spacefaring found family of Becky Chambers and the alternate London of V.E. Schwab and the virtuosic Virtuosic Climate Craft of N.K. Jemisin. I love Becky Chambers. N.K. Jemisin is not my favorite, only because it's very intense and it's very intelligent, and I don't always like that, but I did really love the 5th season. And I have read A Darker Shade of Magic, and I do kind of like it, so I'm very excited about this. Let me know if you want to see this in a reading vlog. I'm gonna have to get on my phone and see if I can get this from the library. Wow! Oh, and it's a series. The Order of Legends Book 1. Well, I'm really glad that I waited to cancel until after this month. And then I'm gonna have mega FOMO, seeing whatever the book is for next month, but you know, maybe at another time I'll be able to get an Illumicrate subscription. But yeah, this looks great. I'm just tickled to death. That was exciting. Here's the update on my reading. I started reading the next book in the Monster Romance series by Katie Robert. It's I don't know, it's called like A Deal with a Demon or something. I can't look because I'm using my phone to film currently. I'm about 50 to 60% of the way through Starling House, and this is the Illumicrate edition of that, which I'm pretty sure I showed you and I'm tickled with. I think this is gorgeous. I am enjoying Starling House, but I do have some qualms with it. And the story is good, but Alix E. Harrow, like her other books that I've read, I haven't really enjoyed because she kind of like is meandering. It's more vibes. The book is more vibes than it is plot. And it is a cool premise. And it's like half vibes and I need a little more plot. I wish there was more plot. I feel like that would make it better for me. Overall, like, it's fine. And I'm enjoying it. I will continue to read it. But it's not going to be a best of for the year. Like, it's just not. Anyways, I am going to see some friends, so I anticipate that I'll be able to finish this today because I've got to do some driving and some errand running. So I'll be back when I finish it. I don't think I'll finish the next Katie Robert unless like I get some serious time to read tonight or tomorrow morning. So we'll see. It is the end of the reading vlog. It is now Tuesday afternoon. I am late for my afternoon coffee. I finished Starling House. I enjoyed this. I didn't enjoy it enough to have 2 copies of it, so I think I am gonna sell one of these. I thought it was good. What I wished was that it had been, I almost wish that it had been a little bit longer so that we could have continued to explore the curse that was happening with the house and the people that were living in this town. And I wish that we could have explored some of the themes around Opal and her brother Jasper's poverty. I feel like that would have like made me feel more endeared to the characters. But what I did enjoy and what I think this book did well was that it was less about like the curse in the town, and it was more about, you know, just the trauma of being a woman in the like 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, which is when the curse kind of, when I got the vibe that that's when the curse kind of originated. And I thought the book did that really well. But I wish that there had been, I don't know, I just wish that it had been longer and a little bit more fantastical. But otherwise, like, it was fine. It's not my favorite book. And like I said, I can't justify having 2 copies of this. So I think I'm going to sell one on Pango, and I'm leaning towards selling regular edition that I have that's signed. It has this cool like tip-in page, and it's signed by Alix E. Harrow. So I'll link my Pango down below if you're interested in this. I'm a little unsure. But yeah, it was good, not great. I think that the standout for me this week as far as reading goes was The Bridge Kingdom. I really enjoyed that. I wish that the 3rd and 4th book had been about the same characters. That's not my favorite thing, when there's like a whole planned series and then you read the first 2 books and you fall in love with the characters and everything, and then the next books are about different characters. I don't love that. So I don't know that I'll read the 3rd and 4th book, but I did really enjoy the first 2. And if you like a good, affectionately called, what I'm affectionately calling a trashy romance, trashy fantasy romance, then I think that you'll enjoy those. I think they're great for that. So, but yeah, that's about it. I would say this is a successful reading vlog. I read 2 books and I started a 3rd. And I will hopefully be filming another reading vlog next weekend, but it will be Christmas. So we'll see how much reading I actually get done. Stay tuned for that. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.